Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Selkie, and I'm gonna watch this video called "So My Channel Was Demonetized. Here's the Aftermath" by the Act Man. I'm assuming most of you who are watching this video probably already know what's been going on with the Act Man and Quantum TV. I only barely know. I looked into it like a few months ago when like Asmongold reacted to it. I watched like one or two videos, and that was about it. So I don't really know a whole lot. I do know I did hear that things have gone south for the Act Man since then because YouTube is, I guess, kind of sided with Quantum TV. But that's basically all I know. And I saw this on my feed, and I thought, shit, here we go. Like, let's catch ourselves up and see what the fuck going on. What? See what kind of bullshit going on, you know? I'm gonna try to be objective. Actually, I should say that. I guess I'm already like probably, gonna be siding with the Act Man. That's how I felt before. But I do like to be objective. And I play devil's advocate a lot, so we'll try and go this open mind. This is going to be one-sided, though, of course, because this is a video by the Act. But anyways, let's see what we got. So he recorded this July 27th. When I'm recording this, it's August 29th. He uploaded this video 4 days ago. I cannot be sure my channel will remain in good health after uploading this. However, I rebel against the notion that I must live in constant fear of what I say and do on this platform.
What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and this is like the 5th or 6th time I've tried writing/recording this video, a video talking about my channel's demonetization, the aftermath of that, and everything that has happened.
It's probably hard to talk about.
Every time I've sat down to write or record a video about it, I get to the point where I'm like, I don't know if this is safe for me to say. I don't know if this will negatively impact my channel in the future or if further action will be taken against me. However, I don't want to live my life as a content creator in constant fear of what I'm allowed and not allowed to do.
All right, he contextualizes that a little bit here.
This is it.
That's good.
Welcome. Greetings. Nice to meet you. I'm the Act Man. My channel was demonetized over a month ago. Quite a sticky situation that was. Now, first off, I want to say thank you to everyone who voiced their support for me, who disagreed with this decision and voiced their disagreement responsibly. People that complained ethically, you know what
I'll say right off the bat, I've only watched like one or two of his videos. I watched one of these videos about this whole situation a month ago of Asmon reacting to it. And I watched like one other video where he talked about what was it? Oh yeah, it was something about how like making or putting an easy mode in Dark Souls or in Souls games would ruin the series. And I'm a big Souls gamer, so that definitely made me click on that. Also, I totally agree with it. But I can already tell, even though it's only like a third video of watching of his or something, that I don't know, it's like already like he's so much more like, it's like we're in court, he's being like more professional. He's not like, usually he's kind of like a little more leaning into the camera, a little more in your face, kind of like, just fucking like, here's what I think, motherfucker, and he's already like, I kind of feel bad. It's like, this has changed him, dude. This has changed.
I mean, it didn't resort to personal attacks or anything like that. I had such a massive amount of support from fellow content creators, a bunch of people I'd always looked up to, talked about the issue. It's far too many to name, and even more creators learned about me because of this. And a lot of people were on my side, and I appreciate that. And I also want to say that I'm grateful to YouTube for reversing their decision to demonetize my channel. I feel that what separates men from boys is not the mistakes you make, but how you handle them. I think it's much.
All right, so I will say I briefly reminded myself like of the story between the two YouTubers right before I turned this video on. And I did see that he was remonetized, but I thought, because this came out 4 days ago, I was like, damn, did he get demonetized again? But I guess maybe he's remonetized now, but he's just gonna kind of like talk about what happened. I can totally see now why, like, even more so. I thought he was still demonetized, so it's like, I don't, it's like, why would you be that scared of what you're gonna say for already demonetized kind of thing? But yeah, if he's remonetized now, obviously he has to tread carefully now, because like he doesn't want to fucking get demonetized. And now he's like, Now this is like post demonetization in his YouTube career, so it's like pre demonetization. Like he probably was so much more comfortable, and now it's like he's got this looming, you know, like weight or like he's got like someone like looking over his shoulder. He feels like when he makes videos, and that kind of sucks. I mean, I feel like he's definitely gonna express himself. It feels like a lot in this video on how, and I don't even know. I mean, not necessarily intentionally doing this to express himself, but I think we're gonna be able to tell in his body language and the way he speaks now that's like that he's changed a bit. I mean, we'll see.
Much easier to try and pretend like you didn't make a mistake and try to save face than it is to face the music and admit that maybe something happened that shouldn't have happened. That requires strength and confidence and a willingness to be better. So my channel was demonetized. The first question, why? The reason I was given is because of tweets I made threatening to dox and harass the family members of YouTube employees and other content creators.
Oh.
In other news, there seems to be a virus spreading that makes people look at everything 100% literally. The tweets I made were satirical. They were clearly satirical, meant.
All right, let's see. Oop.
Literally.
Let me read
the
this.
Tweets,
I'm excited to announce a new series of videos I'll be making on YouTube called Doxing Adventures with Ackman. In it, I'll be doxing and harassing the family members of YouTube employees. I mean, yeah, that's clearly a joke. I don't think he's being serious. Doesn't mean necessarily everyone sees it that way. I'm not saying YouTube is seeing it that way. Like, they should be smart enough to know it's a joke too. But the point is, like, other people on Twitter can see this. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here.
The tweets I made were satirical. They were clearly satirical, meant to be a joke.
With the new policy changes, that allow doxing and invasion of privacy, I'm fully allowed to make these videos. Okay, so he's obviously also taking a stab at YouTube here and being like, "Oh, this is what's allowed." Okay, well in this case, but yeah, it's very obviously not serious though. Like clearly, he's making a point or whatever, trying to make a point, to YouTube, and it's almost like they took that literally, and they're like, "Oh, you said you're going to dox? Well, you can't do that." It's like literally sarcastic. It's like but I don't know.
About a situation. Like, there's no debate. I made it painfully obvious for you and everyone so that something like this wouldn't happen.
It is pretty damn obvious. Right, okay.
But there's a small population of people who, like, genuinely think I planned on making a video series called Doxing Adventures with Actman. I hope it comes as no surprise to those people with functioning prefrontal cortexes, but I never had any intention to make such a series.
I will say one thing I think of that the problem is, let's see, not that like, I'm not trying to get judgy here or whatever, and plus I don't know shit about YouTube metrics anyway. He's got 1.6 million subscribers. Let me give you a slightly more flattering pause. There you go. He's definitely not a small YouTuber, obviously, but YouTube only has so many employees. I'm sure they've probably got what's going on with partners that have like reps and shit, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if he's dealing with his rep exactly. This is probably like some other department of YouTube, I'm guessing, that's dealing with TOS, right? They like probably don't know who the fuck he is. And even though this has been like an ongoing thing, he maybe thought along the way that they were like, gathering information and looking into like both sides and learning about both streamers and what they're about and like examining the evidence on both sides. But what was really probably happening is it's like, this is just some fucking shit in some guy's queue at work, and he's just like fucking going through bullshit and trying to like meet his quota for the day for YouTube for addressing X amount of TOS tickets a day or some shit, or whatever the fuck it is. And like people, they're probably just not really looking into it as much as like he thinks they were. So all a guy has to do is like, oh, something else came up. Let me look at the facts. Let me check out his Twitter. And then they just like they're trying to get this shit done before lunch. You know what I mean? They got like 20 minutes and they're fucking trying to get out the door to go to this fucking food truck or whatever, right? That's leaving. So it's like, he just fucking, pulls up his Twitter, sees all that shit, talks about like, doxing and fucking abusing copyright striking and all this stuff. And like, the report, maybe if it's written by, what I'm saying? I'm like, you get the picture I'm painting here, right? The point is like, I don't exactly know how these things are reported. Maybe it's like they got a report from Quantum TV himself, or this is just like a general, like a flag that went off or something. I don't know. Either way, yeah, I think that's probably more like what happened is like they don't have like detectives on these cases trying to look and find the best possible scenario, dude. They're just trying to fucking keep like, they're just trying to extinguish fires and just not have any controversy. They don't really give a fuck if they ban the right guy or not. They just don't want, they just want their fucking sponsors or their advertisers, whatever, to not pull out. Basically, that's all they really give a. Obviously, in this case, this may have been a gross, so much of a gross mistake that it is causing a bigger fire than they thought they were just extinguishing one. But yeah, I think that's probably what happened. I think anyone could tell that that was all sarcasm and shit, but they probably literally didn't even like think that much about it. They probably didn't, you know what I mean? I really think they probably like didn't even look into that, and they didn't really, whoever was on this case or whatever.
What? Shocking, I know. So what was the point of those tweets? What was the joke? Well, the joke was, here's an instance of a content creator that has openly admitted to harassing the family members of a content creator and posting that content on his YouTube channel and making money off of it. This has been brought to YouTube's attention, and they have decided that this action does not violate any of the community guidelines, and therefore no action will be taken against it. This is an undisputed fact.
And that was on YouTube.
Decision. And so I was.
I'll take his word for it. That really happened.
Here's a guy
that way.
who's openly admitting to harassing someone else's family, and YouTube has seen it, and they say that's okay. So it's like, okay. What would be the most absurd type of content to produce around harassing people's families, since apparently it is okay now? Well, doxing and harassing YouTube employees' families and other content creators' families.
And the thing is, like, I'm guessing he said it was just a tweet. So like, it's not like he actually did it. One guy, Quantum TV, apparently actually did it. I guess we could look into it if we want. I'll take his word for it. Please tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. I love to be corrected. And I also love people to give me, non-popular opinions. So please do. But, where was I? Yeah. Quantum TV put this on their platform, and then he gets banned for just tweeting about it, not actually doing it.
Little did I realize the satire would become reality when YouTube decided that joking about doxing is far more serious than actual doxing.
Yeah, and not even on their platform as well.
The fact that this creator had posted the phone numbers of other creators on his community page, and I gave them screenshots. I provided them with the person who was doxed, who could testify on their own behalf about it.
Phone logs of harassment he received as a result of. Okay.
And I have heard nothing back on that matter. Now, some people have said, well, Actman, what this other content creator did to your family wasn't doxing. And I guess by a little...
What are the odds that whoever's running this case, because I bet it's not like it's a fucking team of people like making this decision. By now, maybe it is because it's blown up into a bigger, much bigger than their channels. But at least originally, what are the chances that it's just like, this guy happened to be a little Quantum TV fan or something, the guy who fucking, happens to be on the YouTube case or whatever, like he definitely has Quantum TV. It seems like there's a little cult following, right? That thinks like him and shit. So
literal definition, you are correct. However,
because it seems like he's sent plenty to YouTube. It just
seemed like the simplest explanation, like looking up someone's mom's address and phone number and contacting them and saying, hey, make your 27-year-old son stop harassing me. It's like,
your son is causing trouble for me, and that's the whole reason for this call to begin with.
And then encouraging your audience to look up that same information.
I promise you, if you look into the Actman right now, you will find his full legal name. You'll find, just type Actman. Look for Actman's real name. Like, actually try to find people, you will find it. It's not hard.
Like, is that not doxing to say, hey, here's how you can look up this guy's address and phone number?
Man,
and
this
do
is pretty
same
bad.
Thing I did. It's not hard.
He's building a tough case.
I feel like that's doxing,
to argue
but
against.
maybe it's incitement to dox, which is is still terrible. The point is, my family was harassed by another content creator who openly admitted to harassing my family members and inciting his fans to do the same. This was brought to YouTube's attention. He posted the evidence himself.
I wish there was a little more dates.
YouTube decided
I'm just curious,
this was not against the community guidelines. So now
I want to
the
know, like,
question
when was this
that we all
on the
have to
timeline,
ask and we all deserve an answer to, is it okay to harass the family members of other content creators? I don't think that's an unreasonable question to ask.
I like how he made that a very direct part of the
officially
video where it's like, he definitely, you know, he perked up a little bit for that.
Demonetized because of these tweets. There's quite a few problems.
It's like, he was definitely like literally looking into the eyes of YouTube right now and be like, I know you're going to watch this. Like, I'm going to make this very explicit question here. And like, how you react to this video being released will basically answer the question for us.
Problems with this. The first being that they were only up for 4 hours and
I'm lost
because of these tweets. There's quite a few problems with this. The first being that they were only up for 4 hours and I was kindly and respectfully asked if I would delete them through my partner manager at YouTube. The tweets were up for 4 hours, man. And at the first opportunity, when YouTube asked me if I could delete them, I did. That was a gesture of good faith. Yeah, I don't want anybody there to feel like they're actually under threat of being doxxed or their families. A simple 5-minute conversation could have cleared this up instantly without the need for such drastic action. You know how
that's why he got
demonetized? Hey, Actman, I work at YouTube.
It's a pretty heavy...
I'm just wondering, do you actually intend on making the video series Doxing Adventures with Actman? To which I would have responded, no. Here's a definition of satire. Because I don't know if there's some kind of language barrier, if certain people at YouTube don't understand what satire is, or maybe they're from a different country and don't understand the concept. I don't know how the joke went over so many people's heads to where the gut
wasn't that many
was
people.
Monetize
That's
his
what
whole
I
channel.
think.
Let's take his livelihood away from him. Satire, if you're curious, is like...
This is like, even though this is blown up to be bigger, I still think, I bet YouTube, like, I bet a lot of people on YouTube don't even know that this is even straight up. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Hex has gotten way bigger than even I think it is. I mean, honestly, this is his actual video. It's not even 1 million views. Like, this is, again, I'm not like obviously hating on any viewer counts or metrics here. I'm just saying, I don't think it went over some heads, but there's probably only a few that looked at it in the first place. And it probably went over all their heads, yeah, clearly. But I don't think that many people at YouTube are looking. I think it's clearly, this to me looks mostly like a lack of effort on YouTube's part. I don't think YouTube has like made a conscious decision here to take one, Quantum TV sides over him. I don't think they've like looked at it all and had meetings and all that. It's like, I think this is just, them trying to get it out of the way quick, whoever's assigned to the job. And it's just like a low effort solution. Honestly, I think they just didn't take it seriously at all. I think they just didn't. I don't think they're taking this whole. Maybe they are now, but when what we're talking about in this video happened, when the demonetization happened, it was definitely like not a big thing at YouTube. Like, it was just a quick, probably fucking solution. Bam, someone decided it went
over exaggerated commentary. It's jokes made to illustrate a point. You could check out South Park if you're interested in satire. Political satire is a thing. I highly encourage anybody confused on the matter of satire to look up definitions and do as much research as humanly possible. Especially
as humanly possible.
Work at YouTube and
research
have to
on
make
satire.
on demonetizing a channel based on legitimate threats.
Complex
and if they have to differentiate between legitimate threats and fucking satire. So here's what I don't get. If the tweets were a problem, why was action taken against me after the threat was neutralized? I laid down whatever fake weapons I was carrying and I said, I'm not a threat to you. I don't mean this. And then 2 days later, the channel's demonetized
2 days
anyways.
later.
It's pretty shitty, right? Now, I understand that
Hmm.
a ship as large and massive as YouTube, it takes some time to steer, right? There's thousands, if not tens of thousands of people working for essentially the second biggest website in the world. But it just sucks that like
What's number one,
it
like
takes
Facebook or
2
something?
days to make a terrible
I guess.
decision that could potentially destroy someone's life. And it takes over a month to find out how to reverse that decision.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. The first and only
That's a
community
problem.
guideline strike I have ever gotten was over 5 years ago in the Feminists and SJWs versus Video Games video. Now, if I had a chance, I'd go back and I'd rewrite certain parts of it. I'd say things a little bit differently, but overall, like, the video doesn't violate community guidelines. And at one point, it was hit with a strike, at which point I reached out to a trusted flagger who got the strike removed and the video reinstated.
A trusted flagger?
So
Wait,
I've been
sorry,
a
this is
clean
above
bullet.
my
The
head.
strike-
What the
and
fuck
at one
does that
point,
mean?
it was hit with a strike.
It's like a
At
YouTube
which point I reached
fucking
out to a trusted
bounty hunter, dude. Members of the YouTube Trusted Flagger program trying to keep YouTube safe, clean, and fair for everyone. Oh. Jesus Christ. This is a thing? You can, like, do this as a job? This is like this guy's career?
flagger who got the strike removed
Wild
and the
times we
video
live in.
reinstated. So I've been a clean boy. I shower every day, unlike most gamers. Please don't ostracize me for personal hygiene. I'm still one of you. So given my history of not being a problem, again, it's all the more puzzling why the most extreme action was taken against me. I mean,
Yeah,
besides
that's
just
fair.
outright deleting my
Like, addressing my point that I've been making is like, if it's what I say and it's just some low effort, someone's not paying that much attention, they're just going through shit kind of thing. There are elements of this that don't seem right. Even if they made a mistake in choosing, it's like, if he has a clean record, would it be an instant demonetization? Especially when their reasoning, they said, this whole time I'm talking about, the content in his videos and someone like not looking into it that much. But I guess the reason what they stated was it was because of those tweets, I guess, right? And yeah, if you're like a guy and you're working there and you don't know who the Ackman is and you're just trying to get through your job and you get this thing coming up in your queue, let's say, and he has like no history of wrongdoing, then I don't know, it doesn't become instant demonetization, right? That seems pretty serious. And it was like a strike. He got a strike was the way it was worded, right? So you can get as if you can get multiple strikes, just like you can for copyright. Yeah, there's definitely, there's definitely something weird going on.
channel. Demonetizing it is the second most extreme action you could have taken. I still don't understand it. This is the
First
thing.
being banned
What scares
entirely,
me
I guess.
is I still don't know the exact reason why my channel was demonetized or the Dark Age of YouTube video was taken down and given a strike.
I don't know if I watched this one. Please tell me what this was about. The Dark Age of YouTube. Violation of community guidelines. Okay.
I still have no idea. I can only speculate, okay? When you report a video on YouTube,
Can't he ask his rep or something? The YouTube manager or whatever he mentioned earlier? Like, or maybe he has and just hasn't gotten very good answer or something?
you include a timestamp for YouTube to look over.
I don't know these
Naturally,
things.
I assume that makes their job a bit easier as they don't have to track down whatever part the user thinks violates the community guidelines. So when users report a video to YouTube, they include a timestamp. YouTube does not extend that same courtesy to its users. The Dark Age of YouTube is over 50 minutes long, and it was removed for unwanted sexualization. Okay, fair enough.
Oh,
Where
was it
did that
specific about
occur?
that?
What part of the video did that occur?
Unwanted
I got no clue.
sexualization.
They didn't tell me that at all. I can only assume it was the poorly photoshopped cucumber floating near Mr. TV's mouth that was considered unwanted sexualization. But when I looked
That
up
has
unwanted
to be it.
sexualization and researched it, it sounds like it's threats of rape.
Yeah, that's not
Like,
what I thought
really
of when he
extreme
first said sexualization. I was not thinking like sexualizing a fruit. I was thinking like sexualizing something that's not like a person or a moment or whatever, you know, that didn't want to be sexualized. You know what I mean? Like if you sexualize a guy or a girl or, you know, a scene or a clip, you know, from something, you know what I mean? Like, there you go, sexualized harassment, right. Or exactly, something along these lines. Name calling, labeling, etc.
Stuff. Unwanted sexualization does not equate to a cucumber floating near someone's mouth. To me, it seems like, and I can't.
I guess we'll never know. The video's gone.
But it seems like
I'm sure
someone at YouTube was really, 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 really pissed off at whatever I did. They either took the jokes seriously or intentionally misinterpreted them.
Earlier when I was joking about like what are the odds of a Quantum TV fan like working at YouTube, it's like this is starting to like look more and more like, because it's just hard to explain otherwise. It's like that seems like a bit of a random attack on his video. Again, I don't know why he can't get answers. I assume he's got if you're a partner, you have a rep or something. Obviously, I think too highly of this program or something because I'm sure he's tried to communicate through this person, and he's still sitting here without answers. So.
And gave no quarter. There was no like, hey, are you serious? There was no conversation had. It was just, nope, you're gone. Maybe you'll come back. Who knows? And can you imagine the paranoia that creates? It's like those first few weeks, dude, fucking sucked. My entire concept of life and reality was just flipped upside down.
I can actually, I feel like, relate to this a little bit, or at least I'll try to. There was a time, my first job that I got out of college, I graduated with a degree in biochemistry, and my first job was for AstraZeneca, and I was on like a temporary contract there, so maybe you can't say I got fired, but I was on a temporary contract through a contractor, and the contract was eliminated way prematurely, like 2 or 3 months in or something. And I was given like little to no reason why. I couldn't, like, I wasn't even allowed to, like, it was like explained to me by my, I don't know what, my recruiter who got me the job. So this is what happened. So I worked, I think, Sundays through Wednesdays. Yeah. Sundays through Wednesdays. So I had a Thursday, Friday, Saturday weekend. It was pretty cool when I worked this job. I think on Friday or Saturday or something after, you know, working 1 week, I get a call from my recruiter, who's not someone I really talk to or need to talk to at all after getting a job. But I get a call from the recruiter. I pick up, and she says, "Hey, I'm sorry, but you've been terminated. Like, your contract's been terminated." So she was the one who told me I got fired. And it was on the weekend when I was like at home. It's not like I was like at work and they like brought me into an office and fired me. Like, I got a call when I was at home from my recruiter, not even from someone who works there, that I was fired. And that was it. That was literally it. So I asked my recruiter, I was like, do you know like what it was? And she mentioned a couple things, and I was like, okay, that like can't be it. That just can't be it. Like, it just didn't make sense. Like she said something about like timesheets or something, like just timesheet issues or whatever, which is like ridiculous. The only thing that could possibly be wrong with my timesheets is me working too long. I was getting overtime because I was just working a fuckload. Like I was doing a lot there. So my contract gets terminated, and I honestly, this was probably 5 years ago now or something like that. What am I, 30? Maybe not even quite 4 years ago, something like this. And honestly, to this day, I feel like it still like hurt my confidence a little bit because I don't know what the fuck I did wrong or like what happened. It wasn't like a let go kind of, you know, because the other people I worked with, like, were still working there, like, were on the same contract, started with me. I tried to ask him how to work, but anyway, sorry. My point is, I totally know what he means, dude. Like, it does fuck with you. Like, when you get punished really hard and you literally don't know what you did wrong, dude, it fucks with you hard. Like, you start questioning yourself. Like, honestly, I was like questioning all these little moments. Like, holy shit, did I like say something wrong to someone? Did I like offend someone? Did I, you know what I mean? It's just like you question everything. You question everything about yourself and about what you do and how you speak and how you carry yourself because you literally don't know what went wrong. And like, if you're smart, you'll consider the possibility that you did fuck up and it wasn't their fault. A lot of people just be like, fuck them, that was bullshit. which is how I felt initially. But then over time, you know, you start to wonder if you really did do something wrong. So I totally feel him, man. This is no joke. Like, I don't think this is like trivial necessarily. Like these feelings he's gone through doing this. Like, and especially like I can always get another job too. It wasn't that big of a deal. I got another job and I was okay, and I was accepted at my new job, and everything was fine after that. But this is his YouTube channel, you know, and like you can't just go make another YouTube channel or just go to the other video website. You know what I mean? It's YouTube or nothing. So like, this is like it's kind of there's way more at stake. So seriously, man, like this must have fucking sucked. This must have really sucked, dude. I feel bad for him.
Down. I didn't know if I was going to get my channel back. I didn't know if I was going to keep making YouTube videos, the thing I've been passionately doing and putting so much love and effort into over the past 6 years. I didn't know if that was all just taken away from me in the snap of a finger, just Thanos out of existence because of a satirical joke tweet I deleted 4 hours after it was posted because people who made this decision asked me to. And again, I know that YouTube makes mistakes. They're not always perfect. I love this place. I want to see it be the best place it can be. I want people to have the same opportunities that I had. And that is the reason why I started taking action against the content creator. Because I felt like this creator was trying to rob others of those opportunities. This creator had a history.
That is the feeling I got as well from him.
Interactions with
I will say that's definitely the feeling I got from Quantum TV as well, that he was just, he could have just uploaded videos and, you know, clapped back or whatever, you know, and there could be a even back and forth because that's all these guys who he copyright striked were doing, but he was doing a super low blow and copyright striking people and trying to just literally get their shit removed entirely. He wasn't trying to like, it's like almost would have been better if he like made ad hominem comeback videos or whatever that made no sense and were totally out of line, but at least he's like, I mean, I don't know, at least he's putting himself out there and fucking, I don't know, like letting the other guy speak still, you know what I mean? Like that's preferable still to like what he did with just copyright striking everyone who would anyone who used any of his voice clips or video clips at all in their videos to like like I am now, like react and give their opinion on something, he just would copyright strike them. Like basically, Ackman, if he wanted to act like Qualm TV, could see this video right now and be like, and copyright strike me. I mean, I don't think he would do that, but that's what Quantum TV was doing. Only if you use like any little small clip, I'm reacting to the whole video. That's a little more understandable to be honest. But yeah, Quantum TV was doing this for like literally any mention of him at all for his stuff, and he was just calling it harassment and striking. Pretty low blow, pretty lame, not respectable at all. Yeah, fuck that.
Every other creator he came across, I heard their testimonies, I got their evidence, I asked people. This is a person that really shouldn't be on the platform. This is a person who, my family was not the first family they had harassed, okay? Likely won't be the last. My video was not the first that he attempted to falsely copyright strike and take down, which is against the law. And I saw this person as a threat to the YouTube brand and a threat to the YouTube ecosystem. I listened to YouTube's words on their policies, on making the platform a better place, and I genuinely believed in them. I believed in the Creator Responsibility Initiative. And I don't know if I ever should again. I don't know if I should ever stick up for another content creator that is getting false.
It's like being cheated on by your girlfriend, dude.
I don't know what that's.
They tell you one thing and then they show you in action a totally another thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. How can you trust them again? You know, no matter what they say, it's like he bought in one time, and look what happened.
Going to do to my channel, and for the longest time, I felt like trapped because I couldn't focus on real videos. And I realized I'm just ranting. This whole video is just going to be a rant because it's better to be unscripted and just be natural. But like, I would sit at the computer.
I agree.
I would look at the script and I would look at my editing software and I would just think, I want to do anything else. I'd rather be doing anything else right now than editing a video when I don't know if my future is certain. And that's crazy. That's crazy for a channel with 1.5 million subscribers with not a single community guidelines or copyright strike to their name to suddenly find themselves in a position where they're questioning their entire
Yeah, it's
future,
fucked up,
their
man. They did him
livelihood,
dirty.
their career, the last 7 years of their life dedicated.
They did him dirty, and the thing is, it's not all just made better just by reinstating the monetization. I mean, it's good that they did that, but things are different now forever for him. And that shit's fucked, you know what I mean? Like, they can never undo that. They fucked this guy over.
To this job.
Honestly.
You understand how that feels?
Hopefully they'll learn from it.
Why I had this breakdown on Twitter, why I was so like, I got COVID. It was my birthday. My channel got demonetized the day before my birthday. It was the worst birthday I ever had. And that's
All right, so this sounds like he maybe had a bit of a meltdown on Twitter. I'm not gonna look into it, but you know, maybe he like went the fuck off and like kind of went crazy. Probably, maybe crossed some boundaries on like, you know, he probably throw some name calling out there and shit. If I can imagine, that sucks. I mean, I accept his apology. I guess I don't know. I haven't read it, so who knows? It could be really, really bad. But you know, this is him apologizing. I appreciate that.
That's not a pity party, man.
Hard to know without knowing what he did, but
I didn't feel like a birthday. I couldn't even focus. But what hurt more was feeling like I was silenced, that I couldn't talk about this for fear of what might happen or what might not happen. Oh, maybe Actman is criticizing YouTube a little too much. Maybe this is a person we don't want on the platform. Do I speak out against injustice and risk my livelihood, or do I keep my trap shut and hate myself for not speaking about it? It's a tough position to be in. I just hope people at YouTube understand that I'm a real person, that like I put my heart, blood, and soul in my gamer juice into making videos. And this was the first time I genuinely was like, you know what? I feel like this person is a real detriment to the platform, and I'm going to do what I can to prove that. And I thought I did. I think I proved it to a
God, that
majority
backfired,
of people.
bro.
This is a person that genuinely believes the world would be better off without gay people. And I feel like that type of hate speech, it goes too far. Consistently wishing death on other people, it goes too far. I'm just trying to get everyone to understand my mindset in all of this. And it's like, there's a lot of questions I have. I would like to know what timestamps of the video violated the guidelines. I'd like to go back and fix them. It's an hour-long video. At least give me that opportunity. Because here's the most important thing. I
gotta
don't
give
know
people
what
opportunity
lesson
to
I was supposed to have learned
right the
from
wrong.
this. Generally speaking, when you get punished by your workplace or your parents, it's because you're meant to learn a lesson about something and about your behavior.
yeah,
I got no idea what the lesson was.
if they're not going to outright ban him, if they're going to keep him around, then yeah, the punishment should be a lesson of some kind. Like, if you're not interested in teaching them what they did wrong, then you just ban them, I guess. But they didn't ban him, so obviously they are fine with them staying around. So wouldn't they want him to know what he did wrong? I mean, it's not that hard.
Was the lesson that, you know, don't make a video and have a cucumber be within 5 meters of your mouth? Was that the lesson? Was the lesson don't make satirical tweets about terrible things that happen to you? I want to know the lesson, YouTube, that you wanted me to take away from all of this.
That's a great
And
question.
I want to work with you guys.
What should
to
he
help
do
make the
differently?
platform better.
You know what I
see
mean?
a lot of areas for improvement.
What was he
It
supposed to
doesn't
do
mean
differently?
I will ever stop posting videos or that I hate you. It's just that, like, you say you want to protect smaller creators and you want to empower people and everyone has a voice. I don't want to doubt that. I don't want to doubt your words. I believe those words. And I hope you genuinely do too.
God, he's having to do so much
Strike.
like fucking like service here to YouTube, dude. I don't think it's ingenuine. I think he does like believe what he's saying, but I think he's definitely like overrepresenting maybe the feeling or the opinion on like how much he did and still does like believe in YouTube because he doesn't want this to come off as like an I'm trashing YouTube video. It's more like I want me and you to do better, like together. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to make it very clear, like, and it sucks he has to do that. This is like this is an example already right off the bat of him having to be like, watch what he is doing on YouTube now. You know what I mean? He's having like, be careful with his words. He can't, like, honestly, this does feel like, now they're saying this for like the 5th time, it's like, it feels a tad forced, and I don't blame him, but it feels a little forced, and like, that's exactly what he's talking about, is like, now he's having to fucking worry about what the fuck he says all the time. You know what I mean? Or whatever.
To silence criticism, to attack users, and to take down legally fair use videos is terrible. And it's something that YouTube should do something about, because the only alternative is legal action, which is most of the times flat out not worth the time, patience, money, and energy for your standard content creator. So I'm making this video because
he could take legal action,
I had
but
to talk about it at some point. I felt like I've gathered my thoughts. I hope
imagine being like, oh, I'm a normal guy, I make YouTube videos, I'm gonna sue YouTube. Like, does anyone ever win in a case like that? I feel like you have to have like, you gotta like make it a big ass story first, and then have lawyers like jump on who like want to do it for like a premium or whatever, or I don't know what fucking deals they work out. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, how the fuck can you compete? Can a guy compete with a corporation like YouTube?
Hope if anybody at YouTube is watching this, I hope you've watched through to the end. Realize that I'm a real person, man. I didn't mean
real person.
Nothing by those tweets. It was simply satire. And to understand how impactful that
so
video
depressing, like watching him say that, and he looked depressed, that he's like, at the end of this 20 minute long video, he's like, hey, if you're still here, I just want you to know, I didn't, like, those tweets were a joke. I'm sorry. It's like, he had to make this big ass video just like, hey, like, at the end of the day, like, that's the point, right? That's all that fucking mattered
getting
anyway.
removed was. It's like, that was a month and a half's worth of research and 2 weeks of editing where I was working on it like 8 hours a day. Sometimes I worked 16 hours a day, 20 hours a day on that video, didn't sleep. That video is my magnum opus. It is the
Which
best
one? He's talking about the
written
the Dark Age of YouTube
produced. It was also my best performing video of all time, gathering 1.4 million views in like 4 or 5 days. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for me. And so to see that momentum, to see that video, all that effort and time, to see it just abruptly cut short. And not only that, but my entire revenue stream cut short.
Yeah, not just the video, but his whole channel.
For reasons that have never been fully explained to me. Yeah. That has the potential to cause a mental breakdown. I'm not
dude, that's crazy that, like, coming into this, I thought the demonetization had to have been from, like, I thought I was going to say he violated TOS, as in, like, he basically talked too much shit about Quantum TV, like, as in, like, in his videos, he roasted him too hard, pretty much, you know what I mean? And it was seen as, like, he was attacking another creator, which is against TOS, or, you know, whatever. Like, that's what I thought was going to be the reason. But here we are at the end of the video, and all he said is like, yeah, it's one of two things or both. The tweets that were clearly a joke, and then some cryptic, you know, violation on the Dark Age of YouTube, whatever bullshit, you know, that's like, who knows what it was. It said sexualization, unwanted sexualization. So like, what? So basically it had nothing to do with Quantum TV apparently, which seems really sus. Well, I guess the tweets you could say, I mean, not even. Directly, none of these reasons he got banned have anything directly to do with Quantum TV. Which is just weird. It's like, had this stuff with Quantum TV not happened, and he made those tweets, and then made that Dark Age, well, shit, actually, now that I think about it, the Dark Age of YouTube video might have been largely about Quantum TV, or at least had it. But either way, sus.
Not a threat to the YouTube brand. In truth, I am one of your greatest allies. I just hope that I don't believe in what makes YouTube great more than YouTube does. I feel like YouTube should have realized they made the wrong mistake when Keemstar and Ethan Klein both agreed. For the first time in their lives, those two agreed on something, that this was unwarranted.
I don't know the
My
second guy. I
channel
know
getting
Keemstar is, and all I know
demonetized
about him is that he's a
was seen by
massive piece of shit.
everyone as completely unnecessary. I hope what happens to me never happens to anybody else. I don't think people should live in fear or feel paranoid about criticizing YouTube because of what might happen to their career. I don't want other creators to feel like their families might be hit in the crossfire because YouTube won't pursue action against people that harass them. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want YouTube to be a place like that, and I will always stick up for what I think is in YouTube's best interest. And mine as well. Like I said, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of your biggest supporters.
Well, it just ends like that. Damn, I guess it was kind of a rant, huh? Yo, that fucking sucks, dude. Honestly, more than anything, like, I just feel really bad on, like, kind of the second half of the video where he started talking about how this affected him mentally, dude. I have no doubt in my mind. I feel like I can understand a little bit, like, how, I mean, not fully understand, you know, his position, but, that shit's fucked up, dude. That shit's fucked up. For him to, like, he's self-employed. He does all himself. This is his passion. What he loves doing, and B, what he makes money doing. How he lives, how he pays the bills and shit, right? And you have both of those things taken away from you. You have a lot of fucking mystery around why, and if you're gonna get him back. You know, like, is my life gonna be different forever? What am I gonna do? You know, just like, shit, bro. I would have a mental breakdown too, man. Fuck. Dude, that sucks. That's just fucked up, dude. That shit's fucked up. I don't even feel like I need to give a more, like, nuanced or, like, or sophisticated opinion on, like, how I feel about this, because honestly, I'm a bit bummed, dude. Right now I just feel bad. I just feel bad for the act man. That's just pretty fucked. That's pretty fucked. I mean, I'm glad he got his shit remonetized. Remonetized. But like I said, man, like, there's some things that cannot and won't be undone ever from what YouTube did. It can seem like a small thing to just like, oh, just demonetize them. We can look into it later. Worst case scenario, we'll remonetize if we fucked up. But here's a perfect example of, like, why that's not okay, man. Like, it's like you said, he's a person. Especially if you're not clear with communication. It's one thing to go about things like already thinking like, oh, we can, you know, always undo the change if we're wrong. But by not communicating, like, seems like basically at all with him, that's where, like, that's really wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure, like, much more communication between the two parties, between Ackman and YouTube, could have, like, done wonders to help Ackman, like, to fucking, like, for his mental health and just, like, well-being. You know what I mean? To just, like, at least for him to have some answers, even if, like, he doesn't agree. It's better to know exactly what went wrong, even if you don't agree, than to not know at all. Like, that's honestly the worst part. Not knowing is, like, is just brutal, dude. It's brutal. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's some fucking bullshit. YouTube, be better. Everyone, my name's Selkie once again. I'm kind of new here on YouTube, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing or what kind of content I'm going to be doing. I'm doing a lot of reacts right now. I really would like to do not just reacts, though, because it's pretty low effort shit. I've had a lot of ideas running around my head, but I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. But anyway, hopefully you guys like the video if you're still here. Please like and subscribe. That'd be dope. It's going to help me out a lot. And yeah, I want to put out more videos for you guys. Really all the time. I want to put them out every day. But that's a little bit unrealistic. I haven't put one out in a few days. Because I've honestly just been, like, trying to figure out what the fuck kind of video to put out. You know, I don't want to just blindly react to shit. But I saw this and I thought, you know, this might be a good one to do. A good like new topic to try, because I've previously only covered, like, some league shit. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. Y'all are sick if you're this far in, and I'll see y'all next time. Thanks so much. Peace.